Okay, so it's safe to say after the last video, I don't know too much about Disney pins or pin trading, but after a little bit of research, I found that probably most of these, if not all of them, are fake or scrappers. And I'm going to go through a little bit about how I found that out and what you can look out for when buying pins. Here we go. So I just first want to start out by saying a big shout out to everyone in the comments on the last video who actually was pretty much explaining how these could possibly be fakes and how to find out a bit more. I'll sort of put people's names on the screen now. The first ones I saw are the ones that I sort of clicked links or looked really helpful. And there was also a video, I can't remember who it was by, and I'm going to go annoyed, I can't remember. I'll put the name. It was by this person, and I'll put that in the comment, in the description as well, so you can click on it and have a look. One website that I was told to look at was pinpix, I think it's .com. I've got it up open on my computer. It is pinpix.com, and they show photos of each pin. The first one I pulled out to have a look at was actually this pin. Took me ages to find out what name it was, but I found out it is a neon Mickey pin, and it's from obviously a hidden Mickey one. Now, at first glance, this is like a fine pin, nothing wrong. The back was like, just to first look, is fine, is what it would look like on the actual pin. But there's a couple of things that point out that it's not real. First of all, being the actual pin. If I put this up here and put my face behind it, or try and make it focus on there, and put a photo of the actual pin next to it, you'll see that Mickey, all the black parts are meant to be blue. So it's completely the wrong colour. And I really can't hold that still. Maybe I'll put a picture of it up. But yeah, it's the complete wrong colour. Second thing, what Pinpix tells you, people will note down what actually is fake about it, like what could be different. And apparently this pin, and I'll read exactly what it says, since July 2010, please be aware this pin is being offered for sale directly to pin collectors from a factory in China. So nobody can guarantee if it's a real one or not. But you can see where the actual pin, like the actual point, is on the back, and I'll try and focus this in for you. There's kind of a small raised section sort of here, down low, where the actual point is attached to the pin, and apparently that is fake. The real ones don't actually look like that. They are attached right to the base. There's no little raised section. But another sort of thing just to mention, all of them have the Mickeys on them. You can buy packs of these, so don't be surprised if fake pins have these on, because you can just buy packs of those at Disney World or Disneyland or anywhere. Couple of things I noticed. I was wondering what this pin was, and I put it up in the video. I don't know if this will come up on the video, but in the middle you can kind of see a small logo underneath the green. The green isn't really put on well, and you can kind of see a shape kind of under the green, like there's almost like a embossing on the metal of some kind, and it shows through. It almost looks like a sort of an 8 or an infinity sign, and I thought to look on the back to see if it was anything on the back, but it's not. That's just where the pin trading logo is. So it's not that, but there is something there, and I can't work out what it is, but it's sort of a really thin green. It's not that great, but yeah. Other things I found out I had this pin, and I said it was carousel. I didn't know what it was. Apparently this pin, if it's real, it'd be amazing, because it's from the grand opening of Disneyland Shanghai, which, if it is real, would be absolutely amazing, because I don't know if you'll read that at the bottom. Picture it up. It is a limited edition of 300. So if this is real, that's insane, because it shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know how I'd have got it. Who would have given that away? In like a pin of like £25. Surely you'd sell that one a bit more, especially because you get way more for that because it's so limited edition. I think this might have come with a set with 5 others. If it had, I'll put it up on screen. They were to represent like each world, I think, in the park. I think also each big rides. But yeah, someone gave that away for £25 with like 49 other pins. That's insane. Couple of things that kind of I think are a bit suspect, but I'm not too sure. So I had these kind of sort of cameo silhouette kind of pins, but as you can see, the Jasmine one is really sparkly. The green is super sparkly. But if I show you the Rapunzel, it's just a bit more kind of matte. It's not really as sparkly in the colours or the background, which kind of maybe a bit suspicious of it. I'm not saying this is fake, but it's suspicious. Couple other things I noticed. the Puffles from Club Penguin, found out their actual name. One thing that bugged me about them, and I probably picked the one that doesn't have it. Oh no, I do. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to hold this close so you can see. What annoyed me, and I'm not sure if this is or not, there's kind of an extra bit of metal just in here. Don't know if you can notice that. Kind of like it isn't cut properly. Because I mean, on the back it's fine. And another thing on the back, some of the pins have like a border around the edge around the back, which I know some people don't have, but if you look, the border on this side around the edge, so where the Mickey's sort of dot like here, compared to the border on the other side, there isn't a border that side, but there is a border that side, which means it's sort of a, ooh, focus me back in, which means it's kind of like a misprint. I'm not focused. How can I focus that? There you go. Yeah, which is kind of a bit worrying. I mean, there's not really much else you would tell otherwise. Like first glance, I wouldn't have known any of these are until someone said. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of go through, and you can kind of see it's just not, just all around the edge. It's just very, very rough. I really don't know if this will come up. But it's not. It's like it's not cut or finished off very well, which is another sign that it's a fake or a scrapper, which I'll go through what all of these words I'm using mean, because I've had to learn all over the last few days. This video would have come out sooner, but I've been really ill with sort of without a voice, so I've had to record this a bit later than I wanted to. But yeah, so I'll go through now kind of 5 sort of tips for buying pins online. So hopefully it can kind of help you. Right. 1. I probably wouldn't ever buy them online again, just because of the hassle. I mean, it's been interesting looking it up, don't get me wrong. If it was sort of an interest to you, I mean, please go along with it. Like if you're, I don't want to say if you're not too worried about it being fake, of course no one really likes a fake pin, especially if you're paying a lot, but the price I paid was pretty good, like 50p for a pin, 50 pence, which, I mean, is almost the equivalent of 50 cents for a pin, American. So, I mean, if you're not too worried, it depends what you want them for. If it's just for decorating a bag and you don't mind them being lost, but if you're properly collecting them, don't go anywhere near these, obviously. Number 2, if your pins come in these little bags with the red stripe at the top, they are probably fake. That's how they come from sort of China, from in the factories in China. So if it has that red stripe and it's in the little baggies, they are usually a sign it's fake. They're probably too good to be true. So keep an eye out if they're in little red bags when they get delivered or not, because obviously they don't show you this on the picture. Number 3, if you see pictures like these, it's probably fake. I mean, for example, the person that I bought it from, on their page, it said something along the lines of, my family has traded pins with people in the parks for years, and these pins are 100% tradable. Now, if they use the phrase 100% tradable and show pictures like this, they're probably fake. So at nowhere kind of throughout the description, after reading it back, thinking afterwards, nowhere did it say that these are 100% official Disney pins. They just said they are 100% tradable in the parks, because officially the rule is for Disney and parks, if it has, and I'll try and find one. What's the easiest one to find with it big in Britain? Okay, I'll use this Mickey one again. If it has, and if it comes up and readable, copyright Disney, like this one, you can't read it. It says copyright Disney in China there in the bottom corner. If it says that, they have to legally, well, it's legally, the rule is for Disney that they have to trade it in the parks with you, so you can trade these in. That being said, you'll probably find a lot of pinboards and things in Disney World may have some of these fake ones on, because they just put them back on. They don't fully go into them, but they can't say no to trading them in the park because it has that copyright on it. But again, as I said, some of them are just, the colour on this one, just knowing, I can't believe it's not even the right colour. That was just, unless I'm going insane. But everywhere I look online for the actual real ones, on like official websites, Mickey is blue. The background's purple, that's fine, but he is blue. You don't even do the right colour. And another thing on this one, by the way, it kind of indents. I can't explain. Each like coloured section, the like enamel kind of section, it just kind of dips in the middle on each one. It looks a bit suspicious now I really think about it, but like from afar if it was on like a bag or a jacket, you wouldn't even know. But when you get really close, you kind of see these obvious things which I would never have known until people commented below. Right, and 4, I want to sort of explain what a scrapper pin is. So, for example, this one may well be made with the exact same mould in China as the Disney ones were. A scrapper pin usually is like an unauthorized overrun. So if they were told to make 1,000 and they secretly make 2,000, and you'll see the other extra 1,000 sold online by people on eBay, Amazon for example, that can be what is called scrapper pins. The other sense of a scrapper pin could be one exactly like this one actually, where it has that kind of extra bit of metal that I showed you, and actually all of the puffles that I had, this one's still in the bag, but you can probably see it on this side. All of the puffles had the extra kind of bit of metal, and they were all roughly, if not all, in the same place. So this could be that there was like a fault with the mold when they were first made, and they were kind of scrapped. They were got rid of. They weren't ready for set. They weren't suitable enough. They weren't as high quality enough to be sold in Disney parks or by Disney themselves. So they got rid of them. They scrapped them or binned them, or trashed them, whatever word you want to use. And that's where they get the name scrapper pins, because they were scrapped and they got rid of them. But someone obviously put them in their pocket, put them in a bag, took them away, and they sort of resell online in these kind of cheap bundles, or straight to pin collectors who don't know anything otherwise, because they're not getting it online, because they can still use probably the same high quality backing, because they'll get it from the factory. They'll still get the Mickey stamp, they'll still have all the stamps on the back, but there is just tiny little defects that to the naked eye would be kind of impossible to see unless you get right up close like I've done with these in the last few days. And number 5, don't be tempted just because someone has a good rating. Now, things like eBay, you can only rate within a certain time after buying it. So people usually buy it, it'll come in, and then all of a sudden people want to just give feedback like, oh yeah, it was delivered quickly. After that, they can't then go back and respond. So for example, the one I bought, the people I bought these from, I realised they'd sold at least 50 lots of 25 pins. I mean, that's a lot of pins for one family to be trading at Disney parks. That's a lot of money. So afterwards, and stepping back, you think, okay, actually, this probably was too good of a deal to be true. And it was. I'm not going to deny that. I've messaged the person afterwards, telling them I was kind of disappointed that they were scrappers. I even mentioned that one wasn't even at least one wasn't even the right colour, and they are probably mostly, if not all of them, probably not tradable at parks, and I'd kind of be embarrassed, honestly, to trade these at parks. I'm tempted to get a refund. They've offered me a refund if I send them back. They've offered to refund the postage, so I think they've probably come across this problem in the past. That just means, one, they can just sell it on to anyone else, and sort of 2, they don't really get the bad feedback, because I'll be like, oh yeah, all it'll come across as, oh, they refunded it well. I may not necessarily get to actually put feedback saying, actually, these are fake pins, don't buy from this person, which is a shame. I'm not too sure. I feel bad giving money to someone who's selling fake pins, but then again, I'll send them back, I won't get to give bad feedback, and they'll get posted on to someone else. So, I don't know. Comment below, what do you think I should do with these? Do I keep them and just kind of use them for myself? Which I don't mind, they're nice pins. I know they're not real, but, I mean, they're not real, I shouldn't do that. They're not real pins. But you wouldn't notice if I'm just using them to decorate things. I could even do a giveaway with some of these. If anyone would actually be interested in having the fake pins, scrapper pins, let me know. I recently, I think, as of recording this video, I haven't checked, I was on 99 subscribers last night. I may have hit 100, which I was going to do a giveaway anyway. So there may be a giveaway, maybe I can give some of these away, but tell me below. If I have hit 100, thank you by the way. I'm completely mind blown. I didn't even think I'd hit 10. To be fair, one of the subscribers is me. I have like a own personal account which I subscribe to, just like random things other than Disney that I enjoy, and I really enjoy professional wrestling. It's a thing I watch, and I have an account where I just follow random things to do on that. But I have 2 accounts, I have this one and that one. So if I am at 100, technically I've only got 99 subscribers, so until I hit 101, I'm not celebrating, I'm not getting happy yet, because technically I'm one of those. I can't really follow myself, although I have, but yeah. What should I do? I'm still not sure, because I have 50 of these. I feel like this could be the thumbnail if I just kind of do that. And this camera is hooked up to a step ladder right now. You probably just heard one of them land on the ladder. But yeah, what should I do? And I dropped another one, because I kind of really like this pin, and I wouldn't mind keeping it. But then I know it's fake. But I don't want to say do I care, because obviously I care. Someone's ripping off the company I love. But yeah. What should I do? Comment below. Maybe next time, if I have it 100, you'll see a nice giveaway video. I'd also like to do a Q&A, so it may be a giveaway / ask you for Q&A questions video. I asked previously, I think I've got about 2 or 3 questions. I'd like to maybe aim for 10, because then it feels like a nicer video. I'm not just answering 3 questions, but yeah. Hopefully that helps you a bit with pins. Don't buy the big bulk ones on eBay or Amazon. Buy them from the parks. Trade with friends. I know, for example, top tip, when me and Chelsie went last time, we went to the character warehouse in the outlet stores, and I bought a lanyard that had about 8 different pins of like Mickey and Friends, like sort of cute little ones. But I bought 2 sets, one to keep and one to trade, and it was a ridiculously good price. It was at most $10, and I got 8 pins and a lanyard. So even then, that's not as good as a deal as 50p. But then these aren't real; these are fake, so get rid of those. But yeah, they were real pins for about $1 each, and I traded those in the park, which is now making me think, if I go back and look at all my old pins, how many of them are real, because I traded them on the pin boards at restaurants and shops and stuff. So, maybe I have to do another video where I check through the pins I own. But that's another time. That's another adventure. I'll see you next time. Peace.